Well, good morning everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another review video. Today I'm making my first foray into Japan, and we are at Ninki-Shirahama Airport on the main island of Honshu in the southwestern corner. This is a new scenery for Flight Simulator 2020 by developer Gate 15 Scenery, and currently you can get it at Sim Market only at the moment. The download is 237 megs and it installs at 707 megs into your community folder. Prices currently available from Sim Market at €17.76, which equates to $19.66 or UK £15.02. Those prices include tax, VAT, and will depend on where you make your purchase. As I said, it's available now at Sim Market by developer Gate 15 Scenery. I was tempted to have a look at this personally by the screenshots, and even though it's a small airport, there's quite a bit of development gone on here, and it has a few little unique features, particularly in terms of runway lighting, as per the chart. Some of that is missing. It also has a completely decommissioned runway, which you can see to the left there. This started out as their main runway in the beginning, and then the new runway was built, and this second runway is described as being abolished. That's what it says on the chart. So yeah, it's totally out of use, you don't use it at all. But anyway, it's also a scenery again in another beautiful location in southwestern Japan, and certainly worth a look in my opinion. So as ever, let's start with a bit of history. So Ninki-Shirahama Airport, Romeo Juliet Bravo Delta, is a Category 3 or third class airport. This basically means it's shared between Civil Aviation Operations and the Japan Self-Defense Forces. The airport is located in the town of Shirahama in the province of Wakayama in Japan, southwestern Japan. It serves the southern part of the Kii Peninsula, with 3 daily Japan Airline round-trip flights from Tokyo Airport using the Boeing 737-800 aircraft. Ninki-Shirahama Airport is located on a hilly area about half a mile, 1.5 kilometers, southeast of the center of Shirahama town, and was established by the Wakayama prefectural government. It's the only airport in Wakayama prefecture, and on the southernmost airport, it's the southernmost airport on the island of Honshu. The airport was opened April 1968 with a 3,937 foot or 1,200 meter runway. Flights connecting Tokyo, Osaka and Nagoya were opened, but subsequently the Osaka and Nagoyan flights withdrew. A new 5,905 foot or 1,800 meter runway on the eastern adjacent land was completed in March 1996, with the aim of upgrading the capability of the airport to handle jet aircraft. This runway was later extended to 6,562 feet or 2,000 meters, and here you can see this is the new runway here, and this is the old one, which is now essentially abolished. The airport is located 65 kilometers south-southeast of the city of Wakayama, which is the administrative and economic center of the prefecture. However, Kansai International Airport, which opened in 1994, is located closer, and essentially this has led to Ninki-Shirahama Airport being used mostly by tourists visiting the Ninki-Shirahama onsen or hot baths, and locations further south. Passenger figures, the last ones we have are for 2015. Over 127,000 passengers used the airport that year, with just over 4,600 aircraft movements. Runways. Ninki-Shirahama Airport operates a single runway, 3315, which is now 6,562 feet or 2,000 meters in length, and is made from an asphalt concrete mix. The runway is also grooved. We're looking down runway 15, which is the main runway at the moment. The previous smaller runway lies just to the west of the airport. It's now completely closed. Here it is here. current runway 15 is equipped with short or simple approach lighting system with runway alignment indicator lights, or SALSR, and precision approach path indicators, PAPIs. And you can see here the PAPI is a single PAPI light cluster on the left hand side of the runway. This runway also has a localizer approach option, which is offset by 1.6 degrees. So there's no glide slope capability, and the localizer is offset, and you will have to make a slight turn to line up. In addition, they have RNAV and VR approach options available too. So here we are looking down the throat of runway 33, which is the other end of the runway. I've turned the lighting down a little bit specifically to show you something. So runway 33 is equipped with runway end identifier lights and precision approach path indicators. You can see them here. There's the PAPIs, there's the end identifier lights too. According to the charts, the runway is also equipped with circling guidance lights, which is a system of high-intensity white lights used to identify and locate the landing threshold during the latter part of the downwind leg and on the base leg to the runway. Now this is missing. I'll show you the chart up in the upper right hand corner that shows you where the light cluster is. And as you can see from there, the light cluster is actually missing. So it's not available at night. As you can see, the airport has high terrain to the northeast, with us as a minimum safe altitude realistically of 9,000 feet according to the charts. Okay, Ninki-Shirahama Airport in Japan by Gate 15 scenery. So let's get down close as we usually do and have a close look at this airport and see what development's been done. So we start with just a close-up general look of the main ramp area, and as you can see, it's very quaint. Ramp markings are excellent. The concrete texture being used is also really quite good, and you can see you've got the single jetway with a passenger bridge and also the stairwell going down to the side for people arrivals who need to come down the stairs and go through to arrivals on the lower floor. Because you need to keep departing and arriving passengers separate. Ramp looks really nice, buildings look nice, and all in all it looks really pleasant. You can see a building to the left there, and you can see the fence line or part of it, and a radar station over in the distance there. Okay, start with a slow tour going across the airside ramp, and as you can see the modelling is nice, as is the detail on the buildings and on the ramp area itself. Very pleasant indeed. Everything down to the little vehicles there, the dolly carts and everything. There you can see the inside of the airside lounge. We'll have a look inside later. But details really sharp and crisp. Road details look good too. And here we've got the control tower. I don't believe there's anything inside. We'll have a look in a minute. But as you can see, generally the airside tour ramp here looks good. The building's weathered there very nicely. Air conditioning unit on the outside too. Stairwells. The quality of the modelling here is really quite pleasant. Very nice. And going across to the fire station, again you can see the modelling is quite good. Fire engines look really good, and they've even done the inside of the building partly as well, which is great. Very pleased with the way that looks. Very nice models, and again interior of the building completed. So just to look across the Landside car park on the other side here, you can see the quality of the vehicles, ground markings, fence line, everything's really nice. And going further towards the runway 33 threshold, here you've got more buildings. Looks like a flying school there. Just nicely done. Fairly simple, but a little bit unique. Nicely done. Not sure if the terrain is really supposed to go like that, but you know what, I can forgive it here because the whole airport itself just looks quite nice. And again, continuing towards the southeast, more buildings. Again, they've been detailed. They look fairly simple, but they have been modelled. They've been properly modelled with some attention to detail. They're not just block buildings, which is excellent as far as I'm concerned. And to me that looks like the fire training ground here. In fact, yes, we've got more fire engines here. Very nice. And again, nice quality on the building. They've even got brickwork there as well as the signage. This is a nice little airport with really good attention to detail in the modelling. So just looking to the northeast there, you can see the city of Shirahama, and in front of us you can see the railings for the short approach lighting system. Okay, just a quick tour now back towards the airport itself. As we passed, you can see it looks really nice, very crisp. Fence line there, the windsock, runway markings, the turning area too, and the buildings and road lines. Just the whole ambience of this, the atmosphere looks really, really nice. It is very pleasant. So below us is what they call the North Apron, which looks to me like basically it's mostly general aviation. And now we'll go back towards the ramp here, and you can see there's your fuel farm, car park. We're going to go to the Landside bit now. Very nice signage. So tracking along the Landside road in front of the terminal, looks really, really nice here. Again, the ambience of the place is what makes it just really lovely. And there you have the little creation that sits by the terminal. It's very nice. There's a view of the terminal generally from Landside. There is development inside the terminal. It's actually pretty impressive. We'll get to that in a minute. I just wanted you to see. They've even got weathering down here, look, on the brickwork. Everything here is really crisp. The signage is wonderful. It's a very nice piece of work. And here's a good example of a Landside road by the terminal. Looks really good, and it's you've got really nice road markings here, and we got a taxi and a bus. So it's not entirely devoid of traffic, which is, for me, is an issue with so many sceneries I look at. They do wonderful detail on the roads, and there's no vehicles at all anywhere in sight. And looking in the other direction there you can see the entrance. And again, look, signage in English and Japanese, really crisp, very easy to see. And again, I love the trees. Makes the place look really nice. So I know you're dying to go inside. Let's go have a look. So here's the departures entrance. We'll pop in and have a look from here. Again, I love the plant life here. And again, sort of this weathered concrete. Just looks very, very nice. So here we are then, Landside Departures building. I've chosen this our vantage point to give you the best possible view. It's really lovely. The detail is this sort of detail is available on so many of the really, really good sceneries. So to have this level in a scenery that's only like 17 euros is pretty impressive. The clear and crispness of it all, the detail on the desks, flight numbers, Japan Airlines. Here's your X-ray unit where they screen the bags when you come into the terminal. Detail on the doors here, the exit signs, emergency exit signs. It looks fantastic. It looks really good. Here we are looking at the check-in desks. Obviously Japan Airlines is the airline that flies in here. You've got signage in Japanese and in English. Really, really nice. And if you look here, just got a real close-up. Okay, it's starting to blur, but not by very much. It's still really crisp and eminently readable, and they've even got leaflets here. And again, they're blurred because of the size and because of how small they are, but they're pretty good. This is probably the best you can get. This small, this close-up. Really impressed with that. The level of detail and the quality of signage and detail here is excellent. It's top-notch. No complaints at all. And there's a view looking outside of the building with the taxi parked up there. It's just that there's an ambience and atmosphere about this airport that is really impressive. Again, good signage. Let's go up the stairs. It's really nice. I mean, look at this detail. Stunning. Here we go into the shops. The quality of the signage, the hoardings, advertisements, exceptional. I mean, that is really, really nice. One of the best shopping fronts I've seen inside a terminal for some time. Let's get a bit closer. Now, Japan is famous for having vending machines where you can get almost anything out of it. Now here you can see basically what is a fridge, and they've got all the beers and drinks that you might want. Okay, got some flickering here, but this may be my graphics card, not sure. It's probably the scenery at all. But again, look at the quality here. This is really impressive. The crispness of it's all, even up close, exceptional. And again, looking towards the other end, everything is crisp and clear. Looks as though it's literally been put there. It's just, it's mind-blowing. And there, look, everything, even down to the cash register, the computer cash register there on the right. Really, really excellent. So here we have the illusion of a shop, and the photograph is really good. Okay, it's not quite as high resolution as this bar is. This appears to be slightly lower resolution, but it works. It works pretty well, certainly from a distance, and it only starts to look like this when you get up close. But this here and this, really, really good. And again, just another example of how good the signage is here. That's really, really nice. So just going to have a little track across the upstairs level here. Again, a really exceptional signage and really good quality here inside the terminal. They've gone to town in here in ways that so many developers don't. Very, very pleased with it. So just a quick view looking outside through the glass there at the top of the stairs. The hand railing is really good. I mean, the detail here is just amazing. This animated elevator would be fantastic, but I don't know, maybe that's too much to ask. I'm not going to go mad. I just think the development inside this terminal is some of the best I've seen. Animated escalator would be really brilliant, but we'll see. And there you just get an overview of the Landside inside the terminal there. And again, just a little look at the other side of the terminal, to the other side of the Landside departures part here. Just the other end of the building here. Again, you've got the same crispness and attention to detail that's everywhere else, even down to the light sources here. Let's turn the light down just quickly and see how good they are. Okay, no really good lighting here, I'm afraid, but no problem. We can't have it all. I'm just pleased with the way it looks. Really nice. So we're airside now, again on a lower level, and here you can see the baggage carousels, baggage truck there, and your baggage bin containers, or AKEs as they're known. And here's the same view from a little bit further away, and you can see the truck there just to the left. Now here we are in departures on the upper level airside, and you can see the little restaurant tables in there. Very, very nicely done. Let's go inside and have a closer look. Okay, there's a boarding gate which goes out to the jetway there, and as you can see, the same attention to detail in the lettering. Very, very impressive. Again, you've got some really nice seating and some great signs and hoardings, murals up there. Very, very nice. And looking in the other direction, there's a nice view there out through the glass. So let's have a look in the jetway, see if there's anything in the jetway. So here we are inside the jetway that goes out to the end of it here, and you can see it's been developed. There's no real glass effect, although you can, it's the illusion's good enough for you to see out. Here we've got the mottling here, which helps, but this is just no glass at all in there. So there's the stairway that goes down to the ramp. There's no actual stairs been modelled in there. And here you can see the outside of the jetway extension. Again, there's no modelling inside this. But as you can see, a nice weathered door and exit point from the end of the jetway has been done very nicely. So again, just looking at this part of the terminal from airside, it all looks really quaint and crisp and very, very nice, as it should be. Let's pop next door. Now, strangely enough, this building is empty. Now, in one of the photos on the SimMarket website, they actually show this same building. It looks like it's got things inside it. So I don't know why. Maybe they've decided to take the contents out at the last minute. I'll see if I can show you this anomaly. If we back out of this building, right, that's probably the best view I can get, and now I will show you the picture on the screenshot, one of their screenshots. So there you go. It's not easy to see, but in the picture you can see items inside the building, but obviously here in the scenery you can't. So I'm not sure why that is. Maybe they just decided at the last minute. And here you've got a little roof terrace thing, or basically roof access. Not sure if you've got any passengers or people can get up here. I don't think they can, but one of the shots they have on their website shows a view from up here, so we thought we'd have a look. So just track across the roof towards the control tower and see if there's anything inside the tower. And no, the inside of the tower is completely blocked up, which is a real pity. He could have at least left some glass. But anyway, the outside of the tower is modelled nicely. There you can see weathering. It's fine. So there you go. That looks really impressive. Very, very impressive. Let's turn the lighting down to dusk now and have a look at the airport under low light and see what's lit and what isn't. I'm hoping it's going to be good. That little test we did inside the terminal didn't look too good, but let's see what happens. Okay, it's now 6:15 in the evening local time. As you can see, the sun's gone right down. We're looking at the landside area first. The lighting looks okay, looks very subtle. The sign is lit there. I do see quite a couple of Asobo globes around here and here and here, but in general that lighting looks really quite impressive. Let's get down low here at the Landside part and have a look. Right, first of all, that looks really quite nice. Here you've got these overhead lights, they're all lit, you can see them, and actually the area they're lighting is correct. The source is correct and the area is correct. So that is a good omen for me. So let's just track along the terminal here. Now looking inside through the glass, you can see the departures area there is nicely lit. That looks good, to be honest. That looks very nice. And there is just hints of lighting in the right places. I like this. Very, very nice. And there is our little don't know what it's called, but it's clearly some little monument. Again, you've got light here with lighting up the correct source. So as you can see, it looks really quaint. The lighting is very subtle, and I think it works. It works really well, actually. So here's the building that was empty in the sim, but actually had some content in the photograph on their website. Lighting is okay, but of course I can't really see where the source is, because there's no lighting in the ceiling as such, but this is well lit. And you've got this nice illusion of being able to see here through the glass. So let's go into the Landside part of the terminal on the other side there. So it's just an overview quickly from the outside. As you can see, it's beautifully lit, and that looks really impressive from here. And here we are inside the terminal. Lighting looks really nice. The source lighting looks okay. I think we've got them up here, and this is good as well, providing quite a bit of light. And towards the stairwell there, very, very nice. And there's the shop, adequate lighting. And I just wanted quickly to drop down to the lowest floor level I could. You've got lights in here, but they're actually not switched on. Maybe the shop is closed because of the time. And the same is true there. It could well be that the shops are closed because it's 6:15 in the evening. You have to look at the operating hours. But as you can see, generally inside the building the lighting is adequate, looks quite pleasant. Some of it's quite subtle, which is nice, but I think what sort of bothers me a little bit is you've got lighting on the building here, and sources in the ceiling that are not switched on. So now we're in the airside gate room, and you can see we're looking out towards the jetway there. Again, I assume these are lights, I'm not sure, it's really hard to know. But again, they're not. If they are, they're not switched on. We've got lighting in here which looks fine. It looks perfectly adequate and very acceptable, and I like it. But no sources for this light. And again, looking just across this little departure lounge, it's just lovely. It's very nice, nicely modelled and nicely lit. And just a quick look at the boarding gate. Very nice. Right, just a quick tour outside the ramp here, going towards the fire station on this side. Again, nice lighting. There you've got your blue airfield edge lights. Here's this little fire station here. There's minimal lighting, but the effect is pleasant enough. Just looks nice. Plenty of blue airfield edge lighting so you can see where it all goes. And here is the what I think is the general aviation ramp. Again, perfectly adequate lighting. Not all the sources appear to be correct. You've got lighting on top of this here, but no apparent source for that light. And just a quick look hovering over the runway here, you can see centerline lighting there, edge lighting. You've got the windsock, which again isn't lit, they usually are. End identifier lights, you will be able to see the flashes, and you've got this, which is you've got lead-in strobes, which you'll be able to see from the other side. Look at that in a minute. And now we track back across the ramp here, ground signage is excellent. It looks really good and crisp. Again, you can see the fence line. Okay, still got the odd Asobo globe sitting around there, but it as I said, it does help. And there are a couple of examples of airports such as this where the Asobo globes actually help rather than hinder. So here we run across the main ramp here. As you can see, the airside part is lovely, very nicely lit. There's the airport sign in English. Now here you can see we've got lights that are shining down, but there's not an awful lot provided. Again, it might look better at the night time. We'll have a quick look in a minute. So as you can see, there's development as well slightly outside the airport. Some bits and pieces have been added. I'm not going to do it or have a look at everything here because there's things for you to see. I don't really want to spoil the surprise. But I will say you've got a really nice airport that looks great at night, and you've got also places in the local area to find which enhances scenery too. As you can see, signs there, and blue airfield edge lighting is crisp and clear. The runway itself is quite dark, but you've got centerline and edge lighting, so landing here with your landing lights would be no problem. You don't have any green centerline lights. So let's turn the lights right down to darkness now and see what we've got. Okay, just before 10 PM local time, and as you can see it's completely dark, the sun's gone, and we're now looking at the airside ramp and the building, and the lighting does appear to have upped a little bit, not by much. It's still pretty subtle, but we'll go and have a look in a sec. So just a quick look up at the runway to see what it's like. You've got your centerline and edge lights, okay, defining the runway perfectly okay. Exit sign here, a blue boundary lighting which denotes the taxiway exit and to the GA area. No centerline lighting, but you've got a couple of blue lights which you shouldn't really have. If there's going to be lights in the middle, they should be green. Blue lights generally denote the airport boundary. In other words, if you went over those blue lights, you'd be in the grass, and the same here. And here's the ramp. If you went across the blue lights, you'd be in the grass, you'd be off the airport boundary. So the blue lights denote the airport boundary generally, and you shouldn't go over them. So they shouldn't be used as centerline lights. If you're going to have centerline lights, they should be green. So let's have a little track airside across the ramp here and see what's going on. This is quite nice. Got the illusion of things going on there. So there you can see inside the building from airside. Lighting looks lovely, no complaints at all. Does look good. And here you've got your edge lighting, and we've got signs as well for the parking which we needed to look at. Continuing across the ramp, little bit of clutter, vehicles, and again the lighting's good. Not sure it's all properly defined. So you've got lights up there to the left which lighting this area here. But I'm not entirely sure what it is that's lighting this up as far as here. So we'll just carry on across the car park here, just have a look generally. These lights look fine. You can see the Asobo globes floating around everywhere. Fence line looks good. Let's track back towards the terminal landside. I mean, it looks lovely, it looks quaint, and no real complaints about it at all. The lighting's subtle and it looks really nice. I just have an issue with some of the light sources. But as you can see, the lighting is excellent. Quality is really good. In many ways this is an exceptional piece of work. So here we are, just a quick look at runway 15. This is the localizer equipped runway with RNP and BOR approaches. And it's also equipped with a short or simple approach lighting system with runway alignment indicator lights, or SALSR. And there you can see, essentially it's a short strobe option that goes in, and you've got PAPIs on the left side of the runway. And here we are looking at the other end, runway 33. As you can see, you've got your PAPIs on the left hand side, runway end identifier lights, but the circling guidance lights are missing. They should be down the side here, just as per the chart that we saw earlier. So that was a quick look in the darkness. Let's raise it up to dawn and have a look. Okay, just after 6 AM, and you can see some of the lighting is still on, but the sun's beginning to come up, and it's a nice, very nice view. And just looking to the north there, you can see the little islands and inlets and our approach lighting system, and a view to the southeast looking at runway 33 threshold. Below us you can see the solar panels here, and the sun's going to come up over the mountains there on the left. So here we are just after 7:30 in the morning. The sun's well up. A lovely view of the airport there with the bay in the background there. Very nice. So let's wrap up this review. Let's give you my final thoughts. Firstly, do I like this airport? Yes, I do. For the first foray in Japan, it's really good. It's a shame there's only 3 scheduled flights that go in here from Tokyo, and they go in from Haneda, and at the moment there's no apparent scenery or scenery enhancements for Haneda Tokyo Airport. That's RJHH if I remember correctly. However, there is Narita Airport by Disreki Design that's available, and I would probably fly out of there down here. Nice long runway, no problem at all for 737s and A330s. The airport itself has been beautifully done. It's a very nice product. I'm particularly impressed by the ramp inside. The building is very nicely done. The development inside the terminal is excellent. There are a few little issues here and there which seem to me just some things that have been just forgotten and maybe not completed. But I have to say, the signage on the roads, on the ramp, and within the terminal is exceptional. Some of the best I've seen. They're very nice, right down to the shop, and even those little leaflets sitting on the departures check-in desk. Really exceptional signage and writing. Very pleased with that indeed. As for a pilot, the runway and the lighting system and the ramp and everything is there that you need. Would have been nice to see the circling guidance system lights put in. Maybe they might consider that as an upgrade or an addition sometime in the future. Maybe they'll watch this and add that, because as far as I can understand from my research, runway 33 is used from time to time. It really all depends on the winds coming off the sea. So although runway 15 is the primary one with the localizer and the enhanced lighting, 33 is occasionally used, so the guidance system would be useful. And as per the charts in many sceneries, the windsocks should be lit at night. However, there you go. These are just little bugbears. Overall, I think the scenery is excellent. It is one of the top little payware ones, and when I talk about little, I'm not talking about major international airport. This is a small local airport, mainly for tourists these days now that Kansai is up and operating. But what impresses me is such a small airport with arguably not much going for it has been done in such a beautiful way, with so much attention to detail, that it just makes me want to explore it. And I have to say here right off, we've looked at the airport and we've looked at the ramp and the runway. What we haven't looked at, and I'm not looking at now because I want to leave it for you to discover, is the city itself and what's been developed east of the runway, basically down here, that we haven't looked at, that you might have seen little bits and pieces as I've rotated the views around. There's some really nice development here which you need to see. And as I said, to be honest, at €17, I think this is a steal. This is really nice. You could easily see this being put up for €20-21. At €17, I think the price is excellent. It's just below what I would have expected it for. So they've done nicely. I think it's really, really nice. So there you go, my first foray into Japan. This is Ninki-Shirahama Airport, Romeo Juliet Bravo Delta, Category 3 airport on the southwestern coast of Wakayama province on the main line of Honshu in Japan. I like it very much, and we will do a flight into here sometime soon. So folks, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this review. It's something a little bit different, and I look forward to seeing you all in my next video, when we will be probably doing a couple of adventure flights, and hopefully you'll enjoy them. I'm happy to deal and answer any comments that you might want to make. I encourage them. I talk to my viewers. So yeah, put your comments down below and I'll answer them. So thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video. This is Lee, your virtual airline pilot, saying bye for now.